"Cause I Love You," arguably one of your biggest hits.
Mm-hmm.
Like what was your your mind state, and also was that actually about someone in particular that you was able to put all of that emotion into for that
Well,
particular song?
well, yes and no. I mean, I was going through some stuff, and I had a little friend of mine named Michael Bennett, who was a little songwriter, and he was, a little younger than me, and trying to school him, and he would always say that he had to be motivated to write a song. Something had to happen. He had to
Mm.
get kicked in the butt. Get his heart broken, or find a bag with $50,000 in it, and he could rap about being it's write about being happy, ecstatic and everything. And I said, no, the guys at Motown, when they write, they go to work like every day, like they working at the shipyard, punch their clock, and they sit in the room and they write. And Barry Gordy come through and say, "What you got? What you got?" Like that, just pure productivity. And so I was trying to get him to buy into that. Nothing catastrophic has to happen for you to write a song. And so he came by one day, for a regular writing session, and I just wasn't really into it. And he was asking me why, and I said, "Oh, because me and my girl got into it last night." He said, "Well, would you tell Barry Gordy that or whatever?" And I was like, "No, probably wouldn't." He said, "Well, come on then." So we just sat down at the piano and started writing about it. And so then I incorporated what I was feeling with what I hear my friends, when they be going through with their girls about what be happening. And I said, "Are you crying, man?" "No, I ain't crying." "No, are you crying?" And so try to put a little of that in there, just like, we be kind of, holding back, don't want to tell our boys we've been crying and stuff. So I just said, I'm just gonna come out with it and just say, I cried and everything like that. And then the day I sang it in the studio, my producer Frank Wilson told me that Andre Crouch and his sister Sandra were coming by the studio. So I'm singing, and Andre is looking down my throat, So I'm trying to, he's the greatest gospel singer going at that time, writing and producing gospel songs. So I'm trying to at least make him wave his hand and say, "Hallelujah, want to put some money in the offering plate or something." And so I'm trying to impress Andre. So a lot of that emotion, came from that as well.
As far as like the speaking part, when he was
Yeah.
saying, "Lenny, you just ought to
Yeah.
forget about her." Where
Yeah.
did that inspiration come from? What made you want to do something so different to where you're just doing like a speaking part on there?
Well, it's really interesting because I did that song twice. I did it once at Motown, and
Oh
it
wow.
didn't have the talking in it. And so Larry Graham and I, very good friends. So Larry had fired Willie Sparks, the drummer, and so Willie came to me and said, "Man, Larry fired me. I need a job." And so I was like, "Okay, you can play with me." And so Willie was playing with me, but Willie was really a funk drummer, And he said, "Man, I like playing with you, but you do too many slow songs, and I'm really kind of a funk drummer, so I'm gonna step aside." And so he stepped aside, and his brother Ted came in and did a gig. But before Willie left, he said, "Man, I'll give you a piece of advice. That song, 'Cause I Love You,' you need to slow it down and you need to put some talking in it." And so, Willie was kind of full of himself. He was like he knew everything. Now, at first, I kind of dismissed it, and then just one night we was doing the song, and I was like, let's slow it down a little bit and put some talking in it. And then we did it, and then we went back in and we recorded it for ABC, and bam, here I am on the Lionel B Show.